Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about the brand new record from Wormwood, Nattarvet, out July 26th on Black Lodge Records. The album has 7 tracks, 54 minutes in length, and this is the band's second full-length album. For those of you that don't know, this is a melodic black metal band from Sweden. This album can be described with one word: melancholy. To me, that is the lifeline, that is the blood, spinal cord of this record from the first to the last track. That element is really present on every single song, regardless of how the song sounds like, regardless of what the message is, what the lyrics are, how the vocals sound like. To me, that is the common thread that really weaves itself through every single track. The overall album has a really cool structure. I really like how it sounds. I like how well balanced it is from start to finish. It just is really well put together. It gives the listener the feel that each single track is holding you by the hand and then passing you on to the next song. That next song is holding you by the hand, taking you down a path, down a road, and telling you a story, and then passing you on to the next one. It really has that vibe. The closing track on the album really has a sense of finality and climax at the same time. So I really like how the whole album is structured, how it sounds. There's no peaks and valleys throughout the songs. The songs are all really well structured, really well linear. Then within each song, you get the peaks and the valleys. The mood swings, the changes are within the songs, but not from song to song. That is the structure that you're going to get from this record. To me, perhaps the only slight negative is that there are a few songs in English, and I really feel for an album like this, with this kind of mood, with this kind of atmosphere, it really feels like all songs should be sung in Swedish. Most of them are, but to me, I would have gone full on board with all songs in Swedish. I just feels like it packs a lot more emotion. Another cool, more than one, there are 2 other cool components on this album, and to me, it's the atmospheric elements and the folk elements. Even though this is a melodic black metal band, they incorporated some atmospheric and folk elements into some of the tracks. Now this, in my perspective, was not done in order to create an overall feeling of folkiness or an overall feel of atmospheric metal to the whole album. That was not the intent that I got from that. The intent that I got from it was that they wanted to make certain songs come to life. They wanted the lyrics to have a stronger meaning. They wanted the story to have a stronger meaning. And the only way you can really do that, the only way you can bring those songs to life, is to include those atmospheric elements and those folk elements. It really allows the song to jump off and really become 3D towards the listener. You really become more engaged with the track. You start to feel a stronger connection with the track. And I really believe that the way they used those atmospheric and folk elements throughout the record was really, it was really pinpoint accuracy, if you will. They picked exact songs and the exact spot in each of those songs where they needed something to elevate the track, to really make the track feel real. And that's when they use those atmospheric and folk elements throughout the record. So they're going to peek their head as you're listening to the album. You're going to hear a little bit of folkiness here. You're going to get this atmospheric vibe within certain songs. And to me, that is the purpose of those, is to really elevate the tracks in which they are included. Overall, this album is absolutely magnificent. I cannot get enough of it. I really like the feel, the vibe, the overall mood that it has. And I really love how it's put together. I really feel like the record is holding my hand and guiding me through each single song. That to me is a sign of an amazing record. As far as songs are concerned, I want to talk about 3 songs that really spoke to me the moment that I started listening to the record. I'm going to start with Arctic Light. I really like this song. It has a great tempo at the start of the song, almost like a winter storm rolling in. And after that, it becomes a more dynamic. It becomes almost a song that's divided into 2 different worlds. There is melodic, stripped down portions of the song, and then there's more aggressive portions of the song. So this is a song that after that bombastic start, it kind of drops. It drops a little bit. There's a subtle drop, and then it becomes a song of these 2 separate, very separate, in different worlds. It really has a vibe almost of this roller coaster that just goes up and down between those 2. It really has melodic portions, really heavy melodic portions, then alternated with really darkness. It's like light and darkness. You get these peaks of light coming through this blanket of darkness, and those peaks of light is then more melodic, stripped down portions of the song, and then the darkness is when the guitars and the drums become a lot heavier, when the vocals come in with a lot more aggressiveness, and that is the dynamic that this song has. There's also a solo in this track that has an effect of a burst of light into a really dark night. That's the feeling that this solo has because of the way the song is constructed, the way the mood of the song is, with these bursts of light within darkness, light within darkness. The way the solo comes at you in this track really feels almost like a beacon of light in a very dark night, almost like a lighthouse, if you will. Has that vibe to it. It really gives light and brightness to a song that in most of the moments is filled with darkness. Another track is the Achromatic Road, my favorite song on this whole album. This song is absolutely magnificent. I love the melody on the riff of this song. The melody of the riff, while melodic, it's still so dark at the same time. From the start of the song, you're hooked to that riff, and you're hooked to the beauty that riff has, but also the pain that it represents. That is the key element right there. It really has those two key components, if you will. While the previous song had that up and down flow of more melodic portions and heavier portions, really dictated by the guitars, in this song, you still get that up and down flow, but not dictated by the guitars only. And this track is really dictated by two things, guitars and vocals. The guitars offer more of a melodic approach to certain portions of the song, while the vocals offer a lot more darkness. So this is almost like light and darkness dancing together. A beautiful choreography. That's what you get from this song. The guitars really have the ability to weave themselves, create a really melodic approach that allows then the vocals to feel extremely dark, extremely powerful, and extremely aggressive. Almost darkness and hopelessness coming from the vocals, with light and melody coming from the guitars. That's what you're going to get from this track. Closer to the end, you get the guitar solo that really closes off the song. So this was a really cool way to finish off the song, because the song starts with this beautiful guitar melody. So it makes sense that after you go through this roller coaster of emotions, you finish off the song with an incredible guitar solo to just close off the track. Last but not least, Tvehunger. I really like this song as well. It's a more dark, while the other two I feel are more melodic black metal tracks, this one almost feels more like your traditional black metal song. A lot less melody is included in this song. This is a lot more aggressive, a heavier track, a more drag out in the mud kind of song. It just has that overall vibe from the moment it starts. It has a very aggressive approach at the beginning, and it really carries itself through. The guitar in certain portions of the song adds a little bit of a folkiness, specifically in the chorus. There's very small hints of a folky guitar riff in the chorus of this song that really works well for the track. It really gives the song a different vibe. It really gives a different look and a different direction to the track. The verses are much darker than the chorus. The chorus has a little bit of light in it, and that light really comes from that folkiness, while the chorus is the verses is a lot heavier. The guitars are a lot heavier, the vocals are a lot heavier, the drums are a lot heavier. After the second chorus, the aggression picks up on this track. It really picks up to a level that you didn't have it up until that point. And during that aggressive period of the song, they added some layers to the vocals to almost sound like an echo chamber. That also adds a lot of darkness. It really adds a lot of momentum. It makes the song feel even heavier and darker than what it really is. So I really like that. It's a little bit menacing at that point when you have the harsh vocals with this other background vocal in the background, really adding volume to it. Really well done. Following this menacing stretch, you get a little bit of a folky atmosphere that returns to the track. It's almost like the calm after the storm. You really feel that way. The song really elevated itself to this point of climax, if you will, and then there's the calm that comes through this folky atmosphere, especially from the guitars, that really allows to shine through all the way into the solo. It just leads all the way into the solo of the song. So this is a song that's really well constructed. It's really built of different elements, and I really feel that the folk elements in this song really allow the song to have some brighter spots on a song that's extremely, extremely dark. Alright guys, this is it. This is Wormwood, Nattarvet, out July 26 on Black Lodge Records. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the single. What do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your favorite songs if you had a chance to hear any of them? Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.